So let's set up a simple open notebook. I've already downloaded and installed notational velocity on my machine, which is a Mac. If you're on Windows machine, try Resolve Notes. They function very similar. Now, the essence of an open notebook is that it's easy to update and it's under version control, and you can view it and share it online. So this is my GitHub page. I have lots of different repositories when you go to it. I have lots of different windows open at once. So I'm going to make a new one just for this example. So new, and I'm going to call it example open notebook, like this. I'm going to say and leave it public. I'm going to initialize this with a README, and then I'm going to hit the create repository button. And here it is. Now I'm going to go to GitHub desktop, and this is a different repository that I'm working on. I want to add the new one, so I'll say please add, and I will choose, whoops, wrong spot, and I will say clone, excuse me. You know, I've been using this software for a while and I still get tripped up on the words every once in a while. So let's find it. I've got a lot of them in here. So example. A little bit of a hiccup there. I had to reopen GitHub desktop so that it would refresh with the changes I had just made on the website. So I clicked add, or I clicked the plus button and then click clone, and I search, and there's my example open notebook. So I'm going to say please clone that, and it says, well, where do you want to put it? And I want to put it in my GitHub folder, and I'll say okay. And now it says, all right, so what do you want to do? I go to notational velocity and I say, okay, I'm going to change my preferences, and I want it to store my notes in a new location, and I'm going to say, please store my notes in my GitHub folder in my example notebook. I'll select that, and I'll say change it to plain text files, and I will add Markdown as a file extension, and I'll add Markdown as a file extension, and then I'm going to delete these other extensions because they just get in the way for me. And there we go. Now I can start making a note. So let's say I'm reading Decline and Fall of the Roman Empire, and there's no notes in here, so I press enter. It creates me a new note. Okay, and now I want to make a new note, something about the Roman Empire. Oh, it searches automatically and sees I've already got that. But let's say I wanted to make a note about the Soviet Union, and it automatically searches. I don't have any notes, so if I hit enter, it creates a new note called Soviet Union. This is a note. Great. I'm going to close notational velocity right away. And when I click on uncommitted changes, you can see my notes that I just made are already there. So I'll say first commit and to example notes, and then you hit the button at the bottom called commit to master, and then you hit the sync button. Looks like everything's good. So we'll go back here. I'll refresh the page, and you'll see that my two notes are already on this page.